Despina Kotsis is a New York-based designer and founder of Minx New York. The brand recently made its silver screen debut on My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, and we are so excited to welcome Despina to the show. Hello.
Hi, thank you guys for having me again. This is crazy.
Thank you so much. I feel like it's been like what, maybe 3 years since the last time we talked, and
It's
so much has
been
happened
like
since then.
4 years
Yeah.
almost. It's been a while. As you could see, I changed a little.
That's amazing. So you started Minx New York when you were just 18 years old. You've achieved so much since then. But for those just getting to know you, tell us a little bit about the brand and what drove you to start it.
So when I was 18, I decided to start a streetwear brand, Minx. And for you guys that don't know what Minx stands for, Minx stands for a young flirtatious woman with class. And it was actually a word used in Shakespearean times. So when I searched it up and I saw the definition, I was like, oh, dang, I'm kind of like a Minx. So that's kind of like how I got the name Minx, and I added New York because I'm from New York. And I realized in high school that streetwear was really, really popular at the time. Shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants. People would be standing online for hours for luxury brands, and it blew my mind. And who doesn't love a good hoodie? So I decided to start my own streetwear brand in high school, and it's been pretty crazy, honestly. I've been lucky enough to have it featured in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I got interviewed by my college not too long ago, St. John's University, and it's been amazing. It's unbelievable, honestly.
As you mentioned, a major recent achievement of yours is that your designs were featured in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. So tell us more about how that opportunity came to be.
Yes. So when I was 18, the first day I opened my brand, I was astounded. Miss Nia Vardalos, the amazing Nia Vardalos, she recognized me on social media on Instagram the day I opened. And it was a dream come true because I just started the brand. It was my first day of opening, and Nia Vardalos is recognizing me. So I didn't believe it. And I was lucky enough to have her support continuously throughout the years during COVID. She's always supported me as a young Greek American woman, and I've been very lucky to have that support through her. I haven't met her yet, but I'm hoping that this will be the year because she's amazing. And during COVID, that's kind of like when things got tough for everyone, including my business. I had to stop selling clothes, and I kind of took some time off, and that's where I built, my TikTok of where I would do Greek American content. And then when things started getting better in the world, I actually got a message from Nia Vardalos saying she followed me one day, and I thought it was fake. I screamed at the top of my lungs, and I was like, "Mama, Shania followed me!" And my mom thought something happened, and I look at the message, and she was like, "Send your clothes. We want them in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3." And I was shocked. It was unbelievable, and I was very lucky to have my brand be a part of the amazing movie. And I always have had her support, and I'm very blessed and thankful for that. And I definitely can't be where I'm at without Nia Vardalos. So thank you to Nia again for everything.
That's incredible. And obviously that movie is so big in the diaspora. It's our movie, right?
Yeah.
So how did it feel for you to see your designs on the big screen? Because I know when we went to go see it, just as someone that has followed your brand for a while, I was ecstatic to see the backpack on screen. So how did you feel seeing your designs on screen?
Thank you. I actually went with my best friend that day, so it was a little extra special, but just seeing it on the screen was unbelievable. I had goosebumps. It was too good to be true because things do get hard when running a small business, but when you have like that passion and that drive, it's something that keeps you going. And it made me remember that even through all the hardships and everything, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. And watching that on the screen was truly a dream come true, especially for such a movie that holds such a close place to my heart. And being Greek American, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, I grew up watching that. It's not just like a film. It's something that we can really, all relate to as Greeks. So it was a dream come true. It really was.
So Despina, your designs are inspired by New York, but also your Greek heritage, of course, with the dope eye being one of the most popular designs. So tell us a little bit more about your creative approach.
I'm very inspired by my Greek culture, as you guys can see. And last summer, I was lucky enough to go to Greece for the first time with my best friend for graduation. And it was the trip of a lifetime. Unbelievable, actually. And coming back from the trip, I had to design something that explained the way I felt. And this is when I came out with I'm Happier in Greece. Another Greek related design, definitely more minimalistic to the other designs that I have, but I definitely wanted to focus on a design that when people see it, they understand it and they can relate to it. So that's what I've been trying to promote recently. And I've also come out with like a Spartan warrior called Greek Street. I have, the Dopa inspired by the Mati. I'm very proud to show my Greek heritage through my designs and also being a Greek American living in New York.
As you already mentioned, your new line is called Happier in Greece and it launched back in October. And like you were saying, the big inspiration behind it was just promoting tourism in Greece. So tell us more about how that idea came about and what you expect to see from it.
Yeah, so in 2021, Aegean Airlines did a collab with the Ministry of Tourism in Greece, and their logo, their slogan was explore your happy place. So that was something that inspired me to create I'm Happier in Greece, where, we could promote tourism for Greece. And when I launched this design, a lot of people instantly could relate to it, whether they were Greek or not, or if they moved out of Greece. It wasn't just a shirt, it was more of like a feeling. And that's what made people feel like home. And for me and everyone else, Greece isn't just a country, but it's home.
Oh, I really like that.
Thank you.
And I think all Greeks can relate to that too, whether you were born there or you moved out or your family's from there. Greece is definitely home to many of us.
Yeah, this summer, I guess ever since COVID, I've just been feeling like low and the way life's just been feeling weird, I guess. And, every day we got to be positive and push through. But when I went back to Greece, it brought out a happiness in me that I forgot existed. And it felt too good to be true, honestly, that summer. So that's why I needed to create another design inspired where people could really feel. And that's when I launched I'm Happier in Greece.
So a big part of your brand, as you already mentioned, is the idea of being inspired and reaching your full potential. So how do you hope people feel when they wear your clothes?
I want people to be inspired to follow their dreams just like I have with, starting a brand from scratch. A lot of people still don't know, but the pigeon is the logo of Minx New York. I decided for it to be the pigeon because pigeons are everywhere in New York, and I want people to realize that they have the power to, my slogan is spread your wings. I want people to realize, like, in their lives that they have their own set of wings, and if they spread them, they're able to live a life full of endless opportunities and to follow their dream. So it's not just like a brand, you got to feel good and look good, but it's a positive message. It's to impact the world, and that's something really important, especially in today's generation.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you say as well that, being a designer and designing was, I guess, always in the cards for you?
I definitely would say that. Art has played a huge role in my life ever since I was a kid. I've always fell in love with the subject. My art teacher inspired me, and growing up now, just looking back, everything makes sense. Like there's a reason for everything, and I didn't even realize like when I was 9, my art, one of my pictures of New York City is made a museum in Staten Island, and it's still up there today. So I kind of always had like that creative gene. And I really do think a big relation to like art is perspective. And I definitely have a perspective of this world and the people. Like when I'm walking, I'm not just seeing like a street. I'll definitely notice like something else besides the street. I'm always looking around for like those little things, those little artistic messages. And I think that's what makes a creative so special, that they're always looking for something that's not there, if that makes any sense, because they see something that people don't, and it's the way they perceive the world.
And how would you, being that, so much has happened in such a long time for you, how would you describe your journey so far if you had to sum it up in just one word?
I would say Blessed, honestly. There's been times where I really want to give up, but this truly does make me happy. A big part of being a business owner is sales, but also for me, this gives me happiness. There's been times where I didn't even sell any clothes, honestly, and that was during COVID. That was like 2.5 years of honestly living hell, and I couldn't do my dream, but I was still knowing that in the long run I was everything was going to be okay and that I could do it. And it's kind of like a reputation. You get into like a groove when you do something that you love. I think about Minx in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, and people don't know this, but when I'm walking, I always stick my stickers wherever I'm walking of my dope eye, because I want the world to see Minx New York and to know like the symbol behind it. And I even remind myself when I see the pigeons in the street, like they're there for a reason, girl, you got to do it. So that's why I made the symbol the pigeon, to remind myself that I just got to keep going no matter how hard things get.
Well, Despina, it's been an absolute joy talking to you again. It's been so great to see how far you've come, and I know this is just the beginning for you. So thank you so, so much for taking out the time to chat with us again.
Thank you guys so much for having me back. This was so much fun. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. And for more, be sure to head over to minxnewyork.com.